This News Update is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras' theorem works, understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.
Upgrade to Lime!
It's Friday, January 23rd, 2015, and this is the Barbados Today Morning News Update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with sad news. A Christchurch family this morning still struggling to deal with the tragedy of one of their own who died before making it to an Errol Barrow Day outing. It was just before 3 p.m. Wednesday when the car driven by 76-year-old Dennis Wentworth Linton collided with a truck at the junction of Bennett's and Sandy Lane, St. James. Linton, who was accompanied by his wife Pamela, was on his way to visit his daughter Helen at her home in St. James when the accident occurred at 2:55 p.m. The elderly driver had to be cut from behind the wheel of his vehicle by members of the Barbados Fire Service. The driver of the truck, James Boyce, 51 of Kingston, Christchurch, escaped with his life. So too did Linton's wife Pamela, who remained under observation at the QEH yesterday. When a Barbados team visited the Lintons' home at Barracks Hill yesterday afternoon, members of the closely knit family were still trying to come to terms with the untimely passing of their patriarch. As their son Adrian spoke to the team in the living room, his sister-in-law Alicia Banfield Linton sat in the staircase with her head bent, while another family member had her eyes fixed on an old photo of the elderly couple in happier times at the beach. Though not shedding any tear, an emotional Adrian was forced to pause several times during the interview as he recalled Wednesday's tragedy, which he said was both unexpected and difficult for the family, which simply did not have any time to prepare. Health insurance industry stakeholders are expressing worry over the increasing number of Barbadians falling victims to chronic non-communicable diseases and having no insurance cover. General Manager of Bryden's Insurance Inc., Richard Ince, raised the concern as he responded to reporters' questions during the launch of Walk the Talk Challenge at the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry's office yesterday morning.
And the industry generally over the years, we see more claims coming in for, well, when you get a chronic non-communicable disease, you're getting a disease that essentially lasts for the rest of your life. It's not like a broken arm. So you get medications, people go on medications for the rest of their lives. So you get claims for medication that will continue to come through. You get younger and younger people who are showing up with the effects, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, you know, the results of stroke. Some people in their 20s and 30s now are suffering with stroke, which is, a lot of it can be related right back to hypertension. So once they go on medication for the rest of their life and they're on a group insurance plan, that medication is, so the cost of that medication filters through. And as we know now with the provision of the drug plan, which has become much more strict in its distribution and so on, a lot of that slack has been picked up by the group health insurance plans.
Speaking about recent changes within the industry, Ince said it was becoming a more consumer-centered market and rates were more competitive than 5 years ago.
Changes like this you don't see over a year, but certainly the insurance industry generally is very much in the region of a buyer's product right now. The rates are coming down. Coverages are becoming better. The competition is tremendous in the market.
Meanwhile, outgoing president of the Business and Professional Women's Club of Barbados, Marianne Burnham, is not happy that Barbadian women were ranked #1 for being the fattest in the world last year. She said it was of concern to officials of the organization, and she has called on employers to do more to assist in the fight against chronic non-communicable diseases. Barbados was placed at the top of the list of the 10 countries with the largest share of overweight women in their respective populations.
At the UN level, we are part of the health mandate to change the face of women, to change the effect of how NCDs affect women by 2025. So we have an international mandate, and it filters down to all of the individual clubs. So at the local level in Barbados, it matters to us. And in a country where we have high diabetes rates, high rates of heart disease, with the heart disease being the #1 killer of women, it matters to us because it matters to the women are caregivers. They're the people who tend to prepare the lunches for the children. There are some workplaces who have 50 to 70% women, so when the women are not well, the workplace isn't well, the economy isn't well. So it does concern us at an international, local and regional level. So it is part of our mandate. I know you usually see us, or Barbados usually sees us with our gender-based violence projects, but internationally we are on board with tackling chronic non-communicable diseases.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits, with a solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, with a solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
It's grand. It's a celebration, and it's just for you. It's Barbados Today's birthday bash, and we are big on giving. Join the party and dance away with this fantastic deal. Book a full-page graphic ad during our birthday week, January 26th to 30, for an unbelievable $500. Or book 5 email blasts. Or better yet, take both offers and get great value. Join the celebrations on the #1 media platform of choice. RSVP with our Barbados Today birthday team, or Misa and Tamisha, at 417-1000. Let's get this party started.
In regional news now, the St. Lucia Cabinet is examining a special report into 12 police killings to determine what course of action should be taken. Police Commissioner Vernon Francois says the Royal St. Lucia Police Force was now awaiting release of the impacts report into the killings, which led to much international scrutiny of the force and the suspension of U.S. aid.
Police Commissioner Vernon Francois is anxious to close the chapter on this dark period. The police force has operated under a cloud of suspicion since allegations of the extrajudicial killings led to the suspension of U.S. aid in 2013.
It has taken quite a while, really, from the announcement on the part of the Prime Minister sometime last year before it was, and for us to be at that stage now. But as people who are involved in investigations ourselves, we appreciate what is involved in investigation. So it's something that we are hoping moving forward we'll get to a conclusion shortly.
On the global front now, Saudi Arabia is in mourning following the death yesterday of King Abdullah bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. He was 90. The next king will be Prince Salman bin Abdulaziz. This CNN report looks at the late king's legacy.
It was August 2005, but he'd been running Saudi Arabia since 1996, following his half-brother King Fahad's stroke the previous year. Now was the time modernizers hoped Saudi Arabia would slowly shed some of its ultra-conservative values, improve women's rights, broaden political freedoms. King Abdullah was the 6th Saudi monarch. His father, King Abdulaziz Al Saud, was the country's first ruler, unifying the Desert Kingdom in 1932. On his death in 1953, succession passed to his sons, the eldest, almost capable, first. By the time he took the throne, King Abdullah was already in his 80s. But in nearly a decade of ruling on behalf of his brother, he began opening the door to reform.
And that's our Barbados Today morning news update. We will be back again this afternoon. But until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Lime TV to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.
This news update is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras theorem works. Understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.